me. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Miami, Florida. Right now, I'm a computer science and mathematics dual degree student. First, started getting interested when my brother told me that computer science was where innovation was at and where you could create things. And so I tried it for a little bit. In high school, I was graduating and starting college, and I chose to be a math major. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my degree yet, and I took a programming class that was part of my math major. I was just utterly blown away by the problem solving aspect, learning Java, and I really loved that class, and I said I could do this for my career. Prior to Microsoft, I took two coding classes. I took Programming 1 at my school and Programming 2. Besides that, I took higher level math classes, which I think helped to show where I was at with my problem solving and critical thinking skills. I applied, I think maybe December. I applied through the website. I didn't know anyone who worked at Microsoft or any interns or anyone at my school who had done it. Put in all my information, my resume, and I got an interview. My first interview, which was a phone call interview. For the phone interview, I knew that it was going to be more behavioral than technical because it was on the phone. So I made a Word document and I looked online for the types of questions that they might ask me, specifically on the website Glassdoor. I looked on that website to see what they would ask on the phone call interview, and I wrote down all the questions on this Word doc and a few other questions that had come up myself that I thought they might ask me, and then I filled them in one by one just with my answers, what my background was, what I had done before, how much experience I had. And then I practiced this maybe a couple times. For the technical interview, I had to do a little bit more technical skill refreshing and things like that. I also checked Glassdoor again to see what type of questions they would ask me. It was array questions, and some were beyond my range, so I was a little bit afraid. I had string reversal questions and classic things that you would actually see on the website LeetCode. And so I did a few LeetCode questions, but I found because of how inexperienced I was being a freshman in college that I couldn't really quite do the LeetCode easy questions. So I just kept at it and frankly hoped that they wouldn't ask me these questions that were out of my range, and just practice on what I knew, just really got down the basics of coding, because I just really tried to nail down what I had. It's awesome if you know it. At the time, I had only taken Programming 1 and Programming 2 at my school, so the next step was data structures, but that was first and second semester. So by the time I got to my interview, I didn't know data structures, and they looked at my resume already and they knew that I hadn't taken data structures, and that was fine. That was enough to get me in the door. And at the technical interview, they asked me questions that could have involved data structures, and maybe it would have been easier if I had known data structures, but my interviewer was really nice, and he said that it was okay that I didn't know data structures, just that I tried my best on the question, that he just wanted to see what my critical thinking skills were and what I could come up with in that time frame. And most importantly, that I had communicated what I was thinking during the interview, and he could see my thought process, basically. Data structures is great and it is important, but if you don't know it, that's not the end all be all. You can make it through without data structures, but like I said, I would really focus on basics and maybe try some LeetCode, lean into what you know. And I think knowing one programming language would help, at least intermediate skills or easy skills. I know others who you don't even really have to even be a comp sci major. You could be doing an electrical engineering major or any other type of like STEM major, as long as you have like, you demonstrate that you have a really huge interest in CS. They like to see passion, and they like to see someone that can be improved upon. They want to know that you're teachable and that you're willing to learn, and from there they'll teach you everything you have to know. So the Explore Internship basically is an internship that you get to work. It's for freshmen and sophomores. You get to work on the project management side of the tech company for like a couple weeks, like maybe 6 weeks, and then another 6 weeks doing the software engineering aspect of the internship. I also did some design in there because for my internship I had to basically develop a feature for the organization that I belong to. For my project, I knew that I had to learn Swift. I didn't know Swift before getting here. I only knew Java, so I had to first learn Swift. So I spent some time, maybe a week or two, on YouTube searching up Swift full course material, specifically those keywords, and then watching like the 2 or 3 hour long video over a span of days and just taking notes. A piece of advice that I wish that someone had given me was to just apply anyways, because most people think, oh, I'm not qualified, I shouldn't apply, or oh, I don't have the requirements that are listed on the page. But what they're really looking for is your ability to learn and your passion for the subject, and everything else will follow. And they aren't counting points against you, they're only counting points for you. Recruiters, whether it's for college or for a company, want to believe in you so that they can have you at their company. They're looking for things that are great about you. So don't sell yourself short. If you feel that you're not there yet, apply and keep building your knowledge regardless. I had a really great time this summer meeting new people from different places and experiencing a type of freedom I've never known before. But one of my favorite moments was a day that I had planned to go to the beach with my friends. So it was Walter, me, and a couple other of my friends. We all went for a little road trip to this beach, and we had a really great time. The water was so cold, nothing like East Coast water, and we had a blast just being in the moment, seeing this beautiful city, seeing the shore and the horizon with the cityscape in the background, and eating elotes on the boardwalk and having burgers, even though mine got eaten by birds. I had a blast that day with my friends, and that's something about this internship that I'll really treasure, is meeting great people and really intelligent, successful people that I really believe in.
Please focus, please focus, please focus. Okay, there you go.
It's like very plain burgers.